Hi guys, and welcome. Apologies if you hear any yelling. Um, my boyfriend is currently playing World of Warcraft. But we are gonna be starting off our adventure with hang on, this is gonna be really cursed for a second. I wanna do this. Okay. So let's refresh. I just wanna make sure we're hunky dory. We're good. Yep, everyone's seeing everything. Nice. Okay, so welcome. Welcome to the first time I have ever developed a video game. Now, I'm a game design teacher and for high school, okay, for high school, I do not have any prior experience in game design. I am just a nerd who really wants to develop something. So what I'm using right now, which some of you may recognize instantly and some of you may not, depending on the age or your profession. But I am currently using a game mode platform called Gimkit. Okay. Gimkit is a wonderful platform for teachers to use for reviewing and everything like that. This is my teacher account. So you can get practice questions and everything like that, and you can actually play stuff live. There's a lot of different modes that you can do. It's really cool. There's like parkour, there's capture the flag, that's a top down. They got some other top down or shooters, tag. Oh my, it's ridiculous. There's even just some basic game modes that you can't technically create on here. We even have a Jeopardy style game. But it's really cool. It's a wonderful platform. It was actually developed by a high schooler because they were like, well, what do I use? But you can actually create your own games on here, and it's pretty cool because there's some trendings like Glizzy's ultimate spleen, the lemon diff chart. Like people create their own games. It seems like the tier list is very popular, but even community picks, there's some that are pretty high production. For instance, like the ultimate hide and seek, there's 4.3 million plays on this. That's actually crazy. So we are going to be messing around and building our first game mode, which if anybody actually wants to join in, there is a join code. It's totally up to you. But yeah, I'm really inspired by Celeste, and I want to build an example parkour game for my students they're actually going to be developing a game on here next week. And so I really want to have an example one kind of somewhat started, somewhat ready to go, so I can really inspire them, because sometimes the goofy stuff is a little sorry, I thought somebody entered my room, but is a little hard for them to grasp and to understand. So yeah, but come with me while I build a Celeste spoof, essentially, in this really corny um, online video game development platform. It's really cool. If you have never checked it out before, check it out. But you can kind of see I'm already creating kind of my map. I've had students tell me that this is really similar to Fortnite creative mode. So you can add in a lot of different stuff. There's a whole bunch of devices that you can add and really make this like a game. And it's actually really cool. Right now, I'm only focusing on kind of planning out where and how I want my map to go. I want this to be punishing. I have a lot of students who are very good at parkour games, and that's something that I want to make sure that they're like, oh, this is hard. Like games should be challenging. Games should actually be giving. Oh no, I might have to change my whole mode idea. Oh, guys, I can't. I can't add. I can't add. Oh, I can't add more walls. Yo, no wonder why the platformer games suck. Well, maybe I can make it. I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot of walls. Maybe I can make it a little bit different. I just wanted to enclose it. Yo. Well, like I always say, back to the drawing board. Oh my gosh, this sucks. This sucks. Okay. Well, let's do top down. The ultimate scavenger hunt. Ultimate. I teach the generation, the new generation. How do you spell ultimate? Ultimate. Help. Ultimate. Hello? Thank you. The ultimate. Actually, I'm gonna capitalize this. The ultimate scavenger hunt. I can't type. I can't spell. Oh my lord. Scavenger hunt. Smiley. Okay. Let's go. Let's create it. So there's two different modes that you can create it on. It's we have a platformer and then a top down. And this is our top down. Alright. So it's actually really cool. You can change a lot of different options such as like the background terrain. Ooh, there's a lot more that I can choose from. What is light scraps? Marble? Nah, I want this to be like... I want this to kind of be spooky. What's dirt? What do you look like? Dirt. No. Dirt. Alright, let's asphalt road, baseball court, boardwalk, brick concrete. I kind of want to start out with like my base as my base, okay? I want to start out with I want to do grass, but I want to do something dark. I feel like this is too much texture. Am I being picky, or am I just trying to find something that's... okay, I don't mind mud. Purple sand, that's actually kind of cool. Restroom. Restroom. Space. What if I make an Among Us spoof? Yo, what if I make an Among Us spoof? Alright, I'm gonna be changing the name. Let's do space. Because look at all these space. Yep. We're doing space. We're doing an Among Us spoof, guys. We're doing an Among Us spoof. Okay, I am actually really excited about this. I need the zoom to be out more. Here we go. Boom. Look at all the spice. Look at all the spice. The spice that we're working with. If anybody joins in, I do hope that my audio is okay. I have definitely turned down my music and everything to a abysmal level, but you know what? It's okay. Okay. Anyways, anywho, yeah, we're gonna make that up. Okay. I'm fiddling. I'm sorry. I'm fiddling. Okay, so I want this big. I want this map to be huge. So actually, let's go to a whiteboard where I can draw. We'll do Canva. Okay. Since freaking Google removed my option, or not the option, the whiteboard, yo, Google, if you're watching this, bring back whiteboard, because I used it so much for my learning activities, and I've had to move to Canva for everything, because your editing options suck. Do better. Be better. Anyways, okay. So, I need to get in the mood. This has got to be, like, uber big. Okay. Uber big. Let's go. Alright, we're zooming out. Okay. This is not center. Hello? How do I make you center? We're just doing that. Okay. We're just, this is literally just a plan. Like, I am just planning out what I want to see, and I'm being so picky about it. Space. Photos. Oh, what kind of... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, guys. We're cooking. We're gonna lock this. Lock it. So, essentially, what I am doing is I am brainstorming how I want my map to look. A really roundabout way, okay? Because I really want to do an Among Us spoof. All right. So my goals here. We're gonna add some goals. Shapes, text box. So Stumpy's goals. Okay, Stumpy's goals. Let's make this a pretty color. Boop, pretty color. Okay, goals. 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 How many times are I going to say goals? I don't know. How many times am I going to say in the future? I don't know. How do I make this not in the middle? Okay, I don't care. Goals. Yo, I'm being so picky right now. Okay, my goals for this. Goals. 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 I don't have ADHD. You have ADHD. We're moving on. So, Among Us themed. I want to have a spawn area. I want players to find hidden objects. And this kind of helps them move on to other levels. Okay. I want to have one player be the imposter. Have it hidden. It's almost there could be options where I could give them a blaster, because that's an option in the Gimkit world that I'm doing. We're gonna close out of that. Okay. Give them a blaster, have them be the only one to be able to tag. So these are just some options. So give them option 1 is give them a blaster. That's an exclamation point. Option 2 is have them be the only one be able to tag. Okay, we'll move on. So we can kind of plan it out where I have different stages. Mobs? Question mark? Mobs? Because I can add in NPCs, you know? What else? What else? Any ideas? World of Warcraft is a very weird game. Okay. Stay hydrated. Drinking water is great for you. Find a cup that you really like, and then you'll be able to drink water more. This is a juice jar from Food Lion. If you don't know what a Food Lion is, look it up. Okay, it's a grocery store. Juice jar, $5. This thing has lasted me forever. Forever. Okay. Staying hydrated helps your mind, helps your body, helps everything. I am in a Discord call, and I should not be. Disconnect. We're gonna close out of Discord. Okay, anyways, so goals. Mobs? Mobs. Mobs? Upgrades? So this could be maybe health, speed, maybe just, I wish we could do cosmetics. I don't think that's how you spell cosmetics, sure. Excuse me. That was so gross. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Goals. What else should we do? I feel like I'm looking so concerned. I have a very concerned resting face when it comes to this. Okay. I think those are good goals for right now. So let's go to some drawing. Okay. Lines, draw shapes. We'll do a couple of shapes. So we'll focus on, we'll make them gray for right now. Okay, I'm also gonna lock this. Lock. Can I lock this? Lock. Cool. Okay, it's all locked. Yo, can you just be centered? Thank you. Okay, so I really want this to be the spawn area. Wow, that is so small. obviously. Okay, spawn area. Boom. We can make this a little bit more detailed later. So let's add in another shape. And these are going to be hallways. Hallways are going to be like a pink. Okay. So this is what's going to transport the people to and from. I kind of wanted this to be like a dropship type area whenever we do this here, like Among Us maps. Images. Okay. So, like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm thinking. Like, this is the OG map. I don't think I want something this small. I want it to be big. Like this level type of big. So there's a lot of different corridors that I want to be able to style, have little just rooms type of thing. I definitely want to have a lot of different modes, or not modes, levels within this. So, whew, I need to turn on my heat. I'm so cold. I also probably should just put a sweater on. But that's a lot of work. We're moving on. Okay. So I want to have different levels. That's like my biggest thing. I literally didn't even write down levels. Levels. Oh my god, my goal is... my main goal was to make levels. And I forgot to do that. Oh, that's okay. Alright, hallway. This is going great, guys. This is going so great. Hallway. First area. Okay. And I really, so, and if I have not made my point clear about what my goals are for making this game, I really want to make a game where my students can reference what I am expecting of them for whenever they build their game. They are going to be building their game on the Gimkit platform, and I really want them to just explore and just have fun and to be creative, kind of like this, where it's like, okay, yeah, like this is weird. This is kind of something that you wouldn't really think of or see a lot of, you know? How can you be creative? How can you be... We're gonna game goals for anybody who's tuning in a little late. And so I just want them to have something cool to reference and to check out. I don't know what I want this to be, but it's going to be involving the first area. You know, I just, how many times am I going to say I can't really think while do. It's a very bad habit of mine. But I want them to go through this process where it's like, okay, what is my inspiration? What am I really trying to think about? What am I trying to make? Who am I trying to make this for? You know, I'm trying to make this for my students, okay? And you know what? Maybe I'll edit this. I'll hopefully clip this out, but I may edit this and show them my thought process. This is where I'm starting. This is how I pivoted. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna raise my desk a little. We raised it. We love standing desks. So this is going to be my first area. I really kind of want this to be a little bit goofy. I almost want to change this shape. Can I change shapes? No, I cannot. That's okay. So we'll kind of have a little bit of something kind of like this, where maybe we'll have another room like here and have this kind of be like a circle area where you can kind of do a loop, because so the imposter is kind of like the biggest thing that I really want to have, because no game mode, like there's game modes where you do tag or capture the flag, and that's kind of what it is, but this I really want to have set up that it's a little bit more like the Among Us game, where they have to complete tasks, they have to complete certain progress to be able to move on, and it's a conglomeration of a bunch of different games. If you guys have ever played here, if you've ever used a Gimkit, and if you've ever played, I kind of want to and be inspired by One Way Out. One Way Out is a really cool game mode where you have to be able to battle mobs as you go, and essentially just like complete these goofy little step-by-step quests to be able to exit and leave the ship, you know. It's really cool. Actually, I make my students they actually ask to play this sometimes. I have my students play this whenever we're having a little bit of a free time day where I want them to collaborate a little bit more, get more used to each other and everything like that. Like, that's the goal for the One Way Out. So there is a tag game. Like, there's Snowy Survival. Here, tag. There's tag. There's modes where, you know, you capture the flag, you set certain teams. The Snowy Survival, you literally get tagged and then turned into something else. And that's kind of what I want. And I almost want them to, if they do get got, they then turn into, like, the imposter, almost. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. You know? But, okay, we're moving on. We're diving in way too deep. I'm trying to plan out my map so I can start actually building my map. I hit my mic again. How many people... It's sitting on my desk. I don't know if you ever, like, see this. I'm actually just staring at nothing whenever you're up here. Apologies. First area. I don't have ADHD. I don't have ADD. I don't know what it is. We're moving on. Okay. So I kind of want to have a loop where this is the first zone. The second zone, which we might change the hallway colors. I almost want them to move over here for the second zone. What color should I make? I should make them like pretty bold colors. I don't want to write. Nah, you need to be different. There's not really that many colors, especially if I want to do. How many levels do I want? We'll focus on 3 right now. 3 levels, and then you're out. We'll do purple. Purple's good. Okay. So this is level 1. This is the first area. The next area that I want is gonna start here. And I kind of want it to be like a big zone. I feel like that'd be kind of fun. Big. Second area. I have really bad eyesight, so if you see me squinting, it's because I literally cannot see my screen. And yes, I am wearing glasses, but it's okay. Okay, second area. Make you pink. Because purple, pink. I don't know. Moving on. Okay, so second area. I almost want to have... I'm thinking of kind of like how... Can I zoom in? Can I open this in a new tab? Here we are. Oh, this is beautiful. Great. I like how there's these little zones here, like big area, you know. I want to kind of have like, yeah, like cool little just nooks and crannies. Okay, so we're going to have another hallway lead from my second area. Okay. And so, if you're just joining in, or if you're really not understanding what I'm doing, I'm really trying to focus on building a cool map, a really inclusive map, because I have this huge, huge space to work with. I am really hoping that I don't run out of things for this, because if you saw my, I got yelled at for placing too many walls down in my parkour game that I was trying to make. It's okay. I've been having this idea for a while, so we're gonna have some fun with it. Okay, so I want this hallway to be kind of long, and I want to kind of have like a little tricky wicky ending spot up here, where it's not really like, quote, the end. And I almost want something to be hidden here to be the exit to the next zone, to the next. All right, so we're gonna add another shape. We're gonna change the color. Let's do green this time to the next zone. Oh, third Yo, this might be a lot bigger than I originally planned. This is already my third area. Okay. So that's where I'm planning on going. So let's finish my second area. I really want to make these like goofy little like pockets or like pods of rooms. Here, can I fit one more? Oh yeah. Here, we can move this one down and this one down. It's not. Doesn't have to be exact. Or does it? Honestly, sometimes I'm just like about things, and then other times I'm just like meh, whatever. So, okay, so this is kind of the second area, and then I want this to kind of be like a little hidden, like, ooh, spot. You know, it's like, what is this? You kind of gotta like zoom around some bookshelves or something to like hide it. We can make a little note. Hidden door. What color should we make you so I can easily spot you? Boom. Hidden door. Okay. You're not easily readable, but that's okay. We're moving on. So this is the second area. I might be like mapping out clues where, so I kind of want this set up where they have to find something to then be given something, and then like have a little bit of a prompt, like a ooh, I gotta figure this out prompt. This is like a you play it once type of thing. Like it's not a you play it multiple times type of game. Like this isn't very replayable unless you die type of stuff. So I want this a little bit be hidden. A little bit be. Can I speak? I don't know. Can I? I want this to have like hidden spots throughout it, but I actually want to plan out my map first. Okay. So like the nitty-gritty stuff is like it's whatever. So my third area, I want this to be like the biggest that I have so far. Okay. Like I wanted to span a good portion of my map. In particular, I want it to be confusing and complicated. Okay. So we're just trying to make some tricky walkways. I might make things large to kind of create barriers with this because if you haven't noticed, I don't know, you can kind of see pretty far. If I press play, for instance, this is the view that the players would be getting. So whenever I'm walking up a hallway, for instance, I want to be able to not see the next room, if that makes sense, or not see any of the things. So I really need to be creative when it comes to separating these out without overloading my stuff. Okay, so we got our third area. Let's add in some rooms. If anybody follows Markiplier, watch Iron Lung, by the way. If this is like, if you're seeing this like forever from now, watch Iron Lung. I think Mark mentioned about getting it on Blu-ray. He mentioned about, dude, it's such an enigma. Okay, like I'm all for doing things yourself. Like look at me. Like I'm literally like developing my own game for a stupid little like online gaming platform. and so like I'm all for building and developing and making your own things. And but that man, Markiplier, literally said that, oh yeah, I want to be on Blu-ray or DVD, you know. I'm probably gonna have to buy a bunch of CD burners. And I'm like, yo, chill. You made your own render farm. You don't need to like create your own mass production of anyways. Okay, so how are we gonna make this interesting? So I got my third area. Should I just make it a big circle again? They would hate me if I did another circle where they walked eons. Because you don't walk very fast in this game. Ah, that's really funny. Okay. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Boom, boom. You know, it's kind of fun. You know, like, maybe you gotta, like, press a button and a door opens. I don't know if that's a feature in it, you know? Maybe you press a button and the door closes and the imposters can be the only ones that press those buttons. Ooh. You know, I feel like this could be really cool. Hydration break. Apology. I feel like this could be really cool if you actually, like, planned it out intelligently, right? Okay. So, that's my third area. It's World of Warcraft time, guys. Do you hear the World of Warcraft yelling? It's okay. Let's maybe make a little fun area back here. Little fun teehee. Like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's absolutely nothing. That was a great waste of my time. Teehee! You never know. Or this. Could be where the hidden door is. I love how I'm just this half and I've already done 3 areas. 3 areas. 2 areas. I'm gonna leave. Bye. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna be my hidden door to my next area. And I almost want to have phantom hallways here to, like, make them think that that is actually where they need to go. In all reality, it's not. Okay. So we're gonna boop, 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 boop. We're gonna send backwards so we can have that hidden door appropriate. That's twisted a little. And stretch. Alright, yeah, because this is kind of like... I don't know, we'll see. Okay, what is my next color I should do? Let's just do a white hallway. Might as well. Okay. So... I almost want to have this. This is our 4th area. Okay. Huh. We'll make it gray. Even though that's spawn. Spawn should be something ugly. Spawn should be like... There's not really any ugly colors. I'm not dissing yellow. It's just, that's kind of my icon for special places. Okay, we're gonna actually make hidden doors for everything. Everything's a hidden door. Where is this going? Well, we're gonna make a little goofy little room right here. Little teehee. Like, don't mind me. I do nothing. Kind of thing. Or maybe they give them something. Who knows? We'll see whenever we actually start placing things in there. There we go. We got a really great loop going on here. We got this goofy goo. We got these deceptive hallways that lead to nowhere. I love things that just lead to nowhere. It's kind of fun. Oh my goodness, I'm so cold. Okay, 4th area. How should we do this? So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, hear me out, really long hallway. Why are we losing over and over again? Do you guys hear this absolute just bullpucky being said downstairs? Okay, 4th area. And I almost want this to be like the final area, okay? How do we want to do this? We can do end area, great. hate that that's not a line. Okay, end area. Boom. How should we make our fourth area? Game. Okay. Guys, I'm kind of lost. I kind of don't know what to do here. I literally was like, here, hear me out. What should we do? Bruh. Should we... I almost want to make it... The Minnesota Wilds are playing. If you guys don't watch hockey, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Almost kind of like... I really want this to be challenging. Okay? So, hear me out. The end is actually here. Okay? And they have to pass each wave. Kind of like having hidden doors. And then this is the last hidden door to the game end. Ooh, I think I'm cooking. I think I'm cooking. Whoa, there's swearing going on downstairs now. Alright. So what do we think? We're gonna pause. Let's look. So, we got our spawn area. Okay, just a little area. I'm not planning on having too many players at once. I kind of want this set up where it's maybe 5. Or... Sorry, I had to. So spawn area. So this is all open for them to start. Except, well, you know, whenever they're waiting, they're queuing in. They wait here. They read the rules. They read the instructions. And then when the game starts, boom, they can enter this. And then they have to click a couple buttons. Solve a little bit of puzzles. And then be able to open this door. They would have to pay for something to open up this door. That's how the game mode would work. And then move into the second area. And then there's a hidden door here. I haven't figured out how I want to do the hidden doors, but we'll figure that out later. Then, so let's get... Let's do this. Color do we want to make it? We want to make it something bright so we can kind of notice it. Do we not have any other colors than this? I guess orange would have to do. So the orange guys are buttons. So we're gonna do this. Oops. Oops. This is equal to button. Equal to button. Right. Cool. I don't know if you can see that, but that's gonna be it. So, easy peasy, button there. Up next, let's do... I kind of want the buttons to be in, like, unexpected areas, essentially. A little out of the way. Let's do 4 buttons for the first round. And then the next round, we'll do one, we'll do a couple. We'll do one here, we'll do one there, we'll do one there. We won't put a button in here. And just for funsy onesies, we'll put a button right there. Should we do 5 buttons? We'll reward them. Actually, putting a button like right in the hallway is kind of mischievous. We'll see if we can do that one. Alright. So every time a button will give them money. Okay. I kind of want to set it up where the money... Here. Let's do sticky note. So buttons give money. Every player can receive money, but only one may buy the door. Anti-cheat. I want to clear their inventory each level. Or change the currency. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that'd be a pretty neat idea. Worth it. So buttons give money. Okay. See, if you guys are game developers or you're people thinking about game developing and you're just like, I have no idea what I actually want to do for this, we're gonna actually make my game goals smaller because I don't know why I made them that big or that wide. Alright, but if you're in game development, I just thinking of a plan. Just think about what you want to do, where kind of you want things to go. I mean, I'm not going to be finished with this game tonight. Oh, I'm definitely not. I'm probably going to have to be coming back and back and back and back and back for this. But I was like, why is there a button in the middle there? It's because I put it there. I don't know. Having a little feature, having them complete like a little maze within this to get to that button sounds kind of cool, you know? But if you're into game development, this is it. This is all you really have to do is just get started. You have an idea and just start putting it into motion. You know, you don't have to actually start developing games immediately. You don't have to know how to code. You don't have to know about character design, story writing, or anything. You can just make a spoof of a game or a knockoff of a game, you know? Like, Among Us is such a well-known game at this point. It's like, why not? Why not make something like this? Especially if you're learning how to make a video game. You know, use what is already here to your advantage. I tell my students all the time, don't create something from nothing. Unless you have this amazing idea and you know how to execute it properly and effectively the first time around, don't try to think of something new, because that's going to stop you. The barrier of entry for new things is so difficult. Think of how you can improve something, okay? And that this isn't like a solve all business idea or business problem. Like, obviously, it's not gonna give you millions just by following a random person online's advice or a random teacher's advice. But think of something that you think could be better, okay? Think of something that you're like, I would love if it was like this, right? Or it offered this thing, or offered in this manner. Think about that, okay? Google, for instance, wasn't the first search engine that was out there. We had Yahoo, we had Bing, we had gosh knows how many other things. And Google is so big now that they literally added it to the dictionary, to Webster's dictionary, whatever the main dictionary thing is. But Google is so big that the term I Googled it, or go Google it, to like, quote, look up something, is so common. And it wasn't even the first of its kind. Isn't that crazy? Google wasn't even the first of its kind. And it is a multi-million, maybe billion-dollar company, you know? And honestly, I'm using it right now. I'm using Google Chrome. I teach on Google platforms. We use Google Slides all the time. I use Google Sheets all the time. They made it so similar and so close to the first product, which was Microsoft, that everyone just kind of naturally moved over to it. And it's the easier version of Microsoft. Microsoft is trying to make their stuff online and everything like that, but it's not Google. It's not Google. And it sucks. You know, Microsoft still makes their computers and everything, and Google's starting to get into that. Never buy a Chromebook unless you're just trying to buy a computer for like your teenage kid, because Chromebooks suck. They suck. I knew somebody who was a grown adult who owned a Chromebook, and I'm like, girl, what are you doing? This is child stuff. Hydration time. If you're watching this, hydrate. Anyways, but if you're in game development, think of something. Think of how, especially whenever you're new, think of something that you're familiar with. Go and use a platform that you're slightly knowledgeable of. And if you're not knowledgeable of it, find something that's easy, you know? I'm over here on this goofy little teaching platform that I definitely probably wasn't even around whenever I was in college. This came about like only maybe since COVID, roughly, maybe. But just develop things, have fun, make something cool, and really make something that inspires you, okay? Anyways, my little pep talk is over. Where should I place these buttons to antagonize my children? Okay, obviously, we're gonna put one in the most awful places. Button? We're not gonna put it in both. We'll do one here. Here. And there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cheeky. Did 2 in one area. Okay. I want to really throw them off because they may think, oh, it's the last day. There has to be something here. Nope, you passed by one. You know? I wonder if I can make the buttons really small. Ooh. I'm going to leave a note. Can buttons be really small? Can buttons be really small? Okay. And even just like little harebrained ideas like that, you know? Like, is this a thing? Can I even do that? That's something cool to check out later on, you know? So just keeping yourself honest, keeping yourself just in the moment of like, what can I focus on right now? You know, what I can focus on right now is building my map, planning out my map. Because whenever I go to this guy, I'm not sitting here going, you know? Speaking of, I need to find the depths. I'm getting a little distracted. Where is my player speed? We are making this a lot faster. Can I see my grid? I cannot. Ew, I bet that's making my resolution horrible. Okay, let's go to the bottom corner. So this map is huge. As you can tell, I am completely zoomed out. Like, I want this to take them a minute. I want this to be like easily like a 15-minute game. We got plenty of room. Most objects are okay. I'm getting to the end and I'm at the bottom. I'm here. Okay, so I actually want to place down terrain as here. We're just gonna do space rock, space ship, space corridor. We'll do an interior. We'll make this a floor. We'll make this a bottom. Brush size. Boop, 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 boop. You guys can't see this and I apologize. Okay. I kind of want to make my spawn room a little bit bigger. We're going to make it this big. Kind of about the same size as like the Among Us spawn room. Alright, yeah, so you can see here, this is going to be my spawn area. Let's do more space. And I want to make this a wall, and we're just going to do that. And we're going to make the brush size here, and we're just going to set this in just like this for right now. So whenever I spawn in, cool. We'll add a spawn pad, devices, spawn. Boop. For right now, we'll edit that so it's not visible anytime. Yep. So if I spawn in randomly, boom, I'm right here. Okay. So this thing is ridiculous. I need to do this last area. Okay. Let's get my buttons. Huh. So they're gonna pass right by this. They're not gonna notice that guy. Okay. I want to be cheeky with this. So they are going to have to find 3 buttons to move on. Then they are, I don't know if I want this completely open. 1, 2. That's gonna be like some type of maze. Repo! My friends are playing Repo. You see that? Oh yeah, you do. Okay, so this is a hidden door. Yo, are my friends playing? Are they really online just playing Repo? Bet what? I don't want to play Repo. I like games, but Repo is like slightly challenging. Okay, so the hidden door, this is the button to get to that hidden door. And I'm gonna have it in a very obscure spot. Okay, so this is it. This is my map. What do you think? So we're gonna reiterate my game goals because it's been a minute since I've said this. So my game goals is I wanted to be Among Us themed. We're kind of getting that. We're gonna have a spawn area. Boom. We're gonna have levels. Check. Players find hidden objects to move on to other levels. Hidden objects are these little orange guys, which are buttons. We can edit this to also say hidden objects. So when I come back to this, I'm not like, huh? Hidden objects, and then they move on to the next level. Gives them something to, quote, buy the door to move on to the next level. We'll do that. That's a little bit more understandable. Okay. One player can be the imposter. I want them to be like not knowing and almost to be sneaky, you know? So if they're alone with somebody, they can oh, that'd be really cool. If they're alone with somebody, they maybe can convert them, and then once everybody turns into an imposter, the game's over, but you don't know. It's kind of hidden. That would be something a little bit difficult. But we'll get there when we get there. This is kind of... Oh, well. Maybe mobs? There are NPCs and upgrades. Maybe add in NPCs with upgrades to get hints. Because I want to kind of do like a Slenderman Among Us themed / Slender. I don't know if any of you have ever played Slenderman before or watched people play. I'm a watcher. That's going to be taken the wrong way. I like to watch people play video games. Okay, I don't like to play video games necessarily myself. As I just said, I don't really like Repo. But I really like the idea of game design and the idea of game development. And I don't know, if you're ever interested in maybe checking out some more videos about my process and my idea of how game development should go based off of my own observations, let me know. Yeah, let me know. Right? Okay. We're gonna get started again. I made some yummy food. This is girl dinner right here. You can kind of see I have garlic bread. I shredded my chicken and then cheese. And I air fried my garlic bread. I also air fried my chicken. And then I microwaved. I microwaved my cheese on top of this for like a minute. So I'm gonna let that cool while we reflect. Oh, why we reflect on this bad boy? Okay. Oh, you couldn't even see my spawn area. Oh my god. Okay, well, here, this is my spawn area. I'm sorry, guys. Literally, my spawn area. Okay. Whatever. Hydrate. Hydration time. If you forgot. Okay. So, essentially, I have set up my I'm going to be working for another max 45 minutes. Okay, so I've set up my game plan. I've set up my map. Okay, I've set up my spawn area. I have my player collisions on. Memory bar. We are going to turn that on. Ooh, show grid. What's the grid? We'll figure that out later. Okay, player collision off. So now I am ghost. So I can start building this. Okay, so I'm actually gonna pull up my map on my other monitor. Okay. How do I want to do this? I guess that's it. That's just how I'm gonna do it. Alright, so our memory usage is at 0% right now, okay? We're probably gonna have this filled by the time I'm done with this map. So, we're just gonna get crack-a-lack. We're just gonna get started. So, let's mess with terrain. I want to make sure it's 4. And I almost want to just keep with the space theme. There's space rock, spaceship, catwalk. Ooh, catwalk would be... Alright, let's see. Do we like lines better? Let's do a diagonal of a line as well. Oh, I think this is a good diagonal. Okay. Yeah, that's a good diagonal. Okay. And then... Oh, that's gonna be so annoying. Okay. Or a catwalk. Which one do we like better? I wish I had people here to ask. Okay. I think both are ugly. In all honesty, I think both are ugly. But if I were to choose, I would probably choose this one. So, oh yeah, there's a hotkey. Race mode, everything. Oh, it's Animal Crossing. Bum bum. Let's see. You can kind of hear this music. It might be a little loud. I hope it's not too loud. Mixing sound is so difficult. Okay. Here. Well, yo, I am so bad at this. This black area right down here, I am sorry. Like, I am sorry. I try to make this a little bit professional, but I am not a professional. Even professionals have a tough time. There was a option that I didn't have to click that my students figured out whenever they were making their example game. So I had my students previously make a capture the flag game. Okay. So this capture the flag game was inspired by Mr. Johnson. If you don't know Mr. Johnson, I'd check him out, especially if you're here checking into my Gimkit game. That's a wall. That's annoying. We'll have to erase that. Okay, so this is our first area. I kind of want to make this long enough that you can't see it like at all. Should we do 3 or 4 wide? I think we should do 4 wide. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what it would look like. So let's do our queue. Cool. And then we'll... Ah, I wish I could click. Quick click. You know? But I gotta do this. And then this. The World of Warcraft yelling is happening again. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So... We'll mess with that later. Okay. So we got our first area right here. This first area is going to be a little bit bigger than spawn. And what tiles do I want? I kind of want a theme. So there's 3 colors here, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3. Well, I could do concrete, concrete red, concrete green, concrete blue. Dark scraps. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Dungeon. I might want to focus on space. Space. Okay. So we could do... The Minnesota Wild scored a point. Alright, what's this? We'll deal with it. Okay. Brush size 4. We're not dealing with this malarkey of... Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe make this area a little bit bigger. I wish I could see my overall map, but c'est la vie. Beggars can't be choosers. Okay. So, this is it. This is it. Okay, let's make a wall. Oopsies. What should we do our wall in? I kind of want to make it... Ooh, there was a metallic. Metallic light, metallic dark. Let's do... Yeah, he's okay. Actually. This is annoying. I just made a wall on my floor. And I didn't mean to. Okay. Will... I already got 1%. Great. I might have to adjust my plan. Shoot! I just did a wall again. Terrain. Yo, this is annoying. Okay. We're gonna get through this. Learning your game engine is the biggest issue. It really is. It is the biggest issue for most game developers is learning your game engine. And this is a game engine, essentially. It's very annoying. And now I understand where the frustration came from with my students. That's a floor. Okay. Oh my lord in heaven. Okay. I'm gonna do brush size 1. And then we're gonna do space yet again. And I had catwalk. Okay. Okay. So walls. What do I want my walls? What do I want my walls? Ooh, there's a cinema carpet. That's kind of fun. I want a black. Like, I just want a black. What do we got? What do we got? We got lab. 1, 2, 3, 4. We found our floor. We found our floor. This. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, yeah. It's not much better, but it's better. I think the grids... I think this grid system is actually, from me turning on the grids. No, really? Wow, I'm so smart. Okay, I like that better. That's library. Oh my god, already 2%. Okay. This area might be too big. In all honesty. Let's just press play. Let's see. So this is our spawn area. This is what we got. Okay. Can I walk out here? I sure can. Alright. So when we walk down this corridor, it's a nice little immersion. Like, boom. You're immersed. And then boom. Oh yeah, that's way too big. It probably could be like maybe 3 or 4 blocks shorter. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, especially if I want to have multiple. So if we pull this back up, especially if I want to have multiple of these, it's, sorry, I was just making sure I was good. It's important to not have it at that big. I remember, it's not that much bigger than spawn. Okay. So let's exit. Restore map. Okay. So yeah, look at that. It's not supposed to be much bigger than spawn. Can I can make my eraser size bigger. Alright, so we could do this. This is easy. Cool. And it sucks, because I put 2 floors down, so I'm... Can I erase all layers? Oh, beautiful. Okay. I was like, whoa, this is really annoying. So the nice thing is you can set it up where you can only erase wires, you can erase props and devices, or you can just erase everything. I want to make my eraser a little bit smaller, because I don't want to go all the way to the 4. I want this room to be like kind of easy. I essentially want this to be a good solo mode as well. Where like people could play this without actually needing multiple people to play it with them. Sorry, I'm just being really nitpicky about my hallway. Okay, I want to have a diagonal. Let's do that. And then I want to have another diagonal here. We did two by 2. Okay. And then we'll do one more. And then we'll do... Yeah, that should be fine for right now. We can always shorten this. I always like running through and testing to see how long something is. So, just as a humor, button. That's in devices, probably. Here we are. Okay, button. Click to modify. Change size. So you can make it smaller, but not that small. Visible in game. Oh no! Interaction duration. I kind of want that. Interact. This button shows when players with interaction distance. Yes! Okay, so I can probably easily hide this behind something. Like, literally. Okay. Cool. So, we need library. Library. Lib. Oh no. Oh no, I forget what I chose. Oh, the lab floor. Okay. So. I'm looking at my example, I'm looking at my reference. This guy's not gonna be much bigger than him. So he's 1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on. 1. Yo, I cannot do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so roughly about 7. We'll do 6. We'll make it a little bit smaller. 1. Okay. Do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, my cat. 5, 6. And we'll match it up. Boom. Fill that in. Okay. Another room. And then this is a 1, 2, 3. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 5. It'll be itty bitty. These aren't actually itty bitty. These are actually quite large. So if I run this, I spawn in my spawn area. I immerse myself in the walkway. And then, boom, we're in the first area. So you can see there's a hallway. No hidden doors yet. So, like, I want to make the hallways very obvious. Like, oh, okay, these are hallways, you know? I hate that. That bothers me. Okay. And then we have this area. Yeah, because, like, literally if you stand in the middle, you can't see the edges. So, that's nice. I like that. And then let's see the other area. Okay, 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 okay. Oh yeah. You cannot see the bottom. I love this. Cool. This is nice. This is cool. Let's ponder our map. Huh. I hope this is going well. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm gonna eat some of my dinner. Oh yeah. Okay. Yo, there's coding. That's really cool. I just friggin' deleted something. Space. Space. I hate myself. I don't know what layer this is on. I think I put this on the bottom. I did. Beautiful. Okay. So, we're already at 3%. Dang, guys. I got a lot. I got a lot that I want to add. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, did I close out my map? No, I didn't. It's right here. Okay. Remember, our whole goal is to kind of have something set up like this, where, still hypothetically, like, these are walls, but think about this as, like, this is set up so players can't really see anything. Like, the lighting and different stuff is something I can't really make sense with, but, like, I can kind of make these walls appear like this. And so if I'm smart enough, you can actually make blocks large, so you can make them into walls. So let's just keep going. Let's keep trying it, you know? Okay, so the next walkway is right here. Space! Okay. So this is gonna be our next area. So I want to make this red. I want to make this like visibly different. I want this to be huge. So that's the edge right there. So this is pretty big for our world. Oh, my mouse tracking is horrible. Okay. Let's fill her on in. Now, these aren't going to be like, oh, ugly little red. You know, like this is going to be something that, like, I'm going to have a lot of props in here. I'm going to have, maybe different colored carpet and different stuff. That's why I'm putting everything on the bottom layer. Okay. Space, catwalk. So we got this long hallway right here. Where essentially frick. I'll delete that later. Essentially, we're gonna have multiple different rooms for lab magenta. Okay, so our first wall, or first room is gonna be right here. I kind of want to do this. So that one, and then we'll make boom, 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 boom. Then we had 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom, 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 boom. Well, we definitely need more than this. This is, like I said, this is gonna be a Perimeter map. I'm hoping that I'm gonna have enough storage, because that would be pretty lame if I don't. Especially since I want my students to 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got one more. I'm gonna add in, there you go. I can always just delete it. Yeah, are you guys tired of me, me searching up stuff? Because I'm tired of it. 1, 2, 3, boop. Shoot. Dang it! I need one more. I need one more. Space! I'm so itchy. I'm so itchy. Maybe it's because I'm eating cheese. Okay, that's good enough. So this is the last little spot for area number 2. So we'll make it, I want it to be a little, okay, it's a little uneven. There you go. I want it to be a little bit bigger than these guys, but not much. Okay. How's that? What do we think? I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Pretty isolating. Pretty cool. Pretty cash money. And then, so how do I want to make my hidden? You know? How do I want to do that? I mean, I guess I can figure out the logistics later. Sorry for talking with my mouthful. Okay. I hope you guys can't hear me eat. That'd be really gross if you can. Okay. So, let's pull up my map. I want it to be I don't know why this is because it's on a different level. Okay. So I want my third area to basically be like catty corner to this. I think that works. Okay. Lab. We're gonna make this one green. In this area, he's gonna be a little bit of a diagonal. Or we can make him kind of like a hexagon. I don't know. We'll see. Because the flatness is here. Okay. So we can do boom, 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 boom. Dude, the Shining freaking melody is absolutely just impeccable. I saw an orchestra play it live and I just wanted to cry. Like it was so pretty. It was so nice. It was so nice. If you are ever able to watch and listen, I hope you could do both. Watch and listen to a live orchestra, do it. Like, it is... People are like, oh, I have really great headphones. What's the point of buying concert tickets and traveling to see a concert whenever I just can listen to the same music, better quality, better probably performed, than on my headphones? And I'm like, no. Blasphemy, I say. Blasphemy. Okay, I'm like screwing this up, but you know what? We're gonna get the gist. Listening to something live is so impactful. For one reason and one reason only. People can feel sound. You know, whenever deaf people are like, or you see the thing where someone who's deaf is like, hey, I can still like hear your music, it just in my own way, and people are like, huh? It's because they literally feel the vibrations. Okay, they're not crazy, they're not being stupid. They literally can feel. This is the wonkiest room ever, but I don't care. Oh gosh, there's gonna be so many walkways. I have 3 walkways attached to this, but you can feel the music whenever you're listening to a live concert and live musicians. You can feel it literally just hitting you. And if anybody's ever watched DCI, if you don't know what DCI is, you should. DCI. It's like the DC Comics, but at a I at the end. Space. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger. I got one that's supposed to be at the bottom here. And I got one that's supposed to technically be here. Okay. So we're gonna just kind of shoot almost straight down. And so DCI is a really great example of, oh my god, you need to like be there in person type of thing. It is mind-blowing how much of like an aftershock you feel, not aftershock, but just like a shock in general that you feel whenever you are listening to them live. You can feel your heart race. You can feel just overall happiness. And oh my gosh, whenever COVID hit, and COVID didn't really negatively affect me too much. I was very fortunate with that. But that was the one thing that I missed, was live concerts, live bands. Feeling the music in person. And because it's so pivotal. It's so pivotal. No wonder why people flocked for hundreds and hundreds of miles to listen to the classics and to symphonies. You know, it's like, it's beautiful. It's stunning. And you can feel the emotion and feel the energy. Everything just right there. And I don't know. It's just, it's so good. It's so good. And so just being disconnected like this, it's so different watching somebody on a platform like this and feeling like you're there kind of making up for not being around people. It's literally what you do. If you put on a YouTube video in the background while you do something, you are quite literally, here, I'll pull up my map so we can stare at my beautiful work of art. Well, yeah. So if you pull up a YouTube video whenever you are working on something, you're doing homework, you're doing work, you're doing a hobby, you're drawing, working out, even driving, anything like that. Like anything to do with people talking. It is your subconscious literally saying, hey, I'm lonely. Please be with people. Literally. And you may be thinking, well, I don't like being with people. You're with the wrong people then. You're not with the right people. Minnesota scored again. 3-1. Against the Predators? Yep, against the Predators. Second in the league, baby. Anyways. But you may be thinking, oh, well, I don't like people. Okay, yeah, I don't like most people either. But whenever I'm with the people that I actually enjoy and I actually like, that's whenever I feel happy, I feel whole, I feel satisfied. If I could have that person sit right beside me while I'm doing everything, just to yap with, just to talk with, oh my goodness, it'd be great, you know? And I feel like that's why a lot of us turn on yappy YouTubers or yappy streamers or anything like that, so you don't feel alone. So you don't feel like you're isolated, you know? It's we've created these digital and online platforms to make ourselves feel less lonely while we isolate ourselves even more, because you're not interacting with us. We're not interacting. You watching me right now, I'm talking to a camera sitting on my monitor. You know, I'm pretending that I'm speaking to people. I always say that streaming is like teaching. You just stare at a blankness and just go for it. You just try to be entertaining, you know, try to hope that something will stick. But and I feel like a lot of our younger generation students and children have sadly experienced the opportunity to still to be isolated yet still be with people. And it's created this really dystopian type of thinking. And a lot of them think in school, oh my god, I can't wait to be done with school. Oh my god, I hate school. Oh my god, I want to get out of here. And I'm sitting here going, this is some of the last times for many of you will ever be with these people. Be with these friends that you have made these awesome memories with. Be in an environment where you can just talk to somebody if you want to, or ask somebody in person a question. Or just have an open discussion while looking somebody in the eye. Because many of them probably won't go to college. Many of them won't probably go into a job where they will want to interact with the people that they're with, you know? And they don't realize that where they're at right now is peak human interaction. It doesn't get better than that. And if they think, oh, I don't want to interact with people, lies. Every single one of them turns on a YouTube video and listens to it passively while they do work. Every single one of them, when they're bored, they'll turn on a video. They're being with people while still isolating themselves. Absolutely crazy. This world is so weird. This world is so just like removed and separated from itself. But at the same time, we're ever closer. And that's just kind of the weirdness of it. Sorry for turning around. My dog is dreaming. By the way, this is Scout. Sorry for not introducing her. She's the love of my life. We're continuing. Alright, so I'm going to probably be wrapping this up. This is... I should finish this level. So we're at blue? Why is it so dark? Yeah, we're at blue. Okay. We do lab. I think it's this one. Shoot! It's not. I love this noise. I hope you can hear it. Okay, so it's lab green. Lab green. Whoa. So in my Minecraft, I have Q for my sprint. And and it's very obvious whenever I'm running around, I will just naturally press Q. Okay, we got yet another wacky angled thing. I kind of have these weird cubes going on, and this is supposed to be the same size, but I don't know if I want to do that. Oopsies. Let's see. It's kind of like working with Minecraft all over again. Bum, 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 bum. I wonder if I click over stuff, so this, I'll probably create something that kind of blocks this. so people don't see it, or people can see it. I don't know. I don't really care. We'll see when we get there if we have enough storage. Okay, we're just gonna do this. I don't know why I'm like not just sending it. It's a weird triangle. I can set that up. And make this more of an angle. And then we'll do this. Okay, how big, small is that compared to this guy? That's huge. Oh my god, that's huge. Okay, we'll do this corner. We're just gonna passively draw a square with our mouse. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. Whoops. It gives us some style. Gives us some character. Yeah, that's big enough. This... Whoa, mama. Okay. And let's just draw a square here. I just want to be able to finish this section. And then kind of call it a night. Okay. Sorry for the weird faces. I'm a face thinker. Okay. Everything. Do terrain. Eraser size 3. Yeah, this is like way too big. I wish I can hold this down. Hey Gimkit people, make it so I can hold down the eraser so I don't have to sit here and just like spam my mouse. It's really annoying. I mean, I don't think they really care, to be honest. Not many people probably use the creative mode. Actually, just kidding. 4.3 million people played one of the modes. Okay. That's 1. That's 2. And that's... He's really big. Make you a little smaller. I love this noise. Okay. Let's polish that up. I don't want that. Bip, 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 bip. Oh, this music's so pretty. Okay, so 12%. I mean, it's not terrible. We're 3 levels down. 1 more to go. Okay, I hit my mic. I'm so sorry. All right, so let's do a tour. We're 3 levels down. We have 1 more to go, and then we need to. We still need to connect some and add some little areas, and we also need to add walls, so we don't have to run into this. Okay, so this is our spawn. Welcome to our spawn. And then you can see my name. We walk over to the first area. Okay? So the first area has a couple different pathways. We got this pathway leading to this guy. Ooh, I didn't make a connecting path. World of Warcraft is going crazy right now. Ah, I didn't make a path here. That's annoying. I'll leave a sticky note. Forgot this spot. Okay. We're gonna make that bigger because I obviously cannot read that. Forgot this spot. Just boop. Okay. So we're moving on. So these walkways are all gonna have walls. Oh, actually, he should connect. He does. He's up here. Okay. See, I want this to be long enough where they're like, whoa, where am I going? What am I doing? And they gotta kind of just like search. So, my buttons are going to be hidden and they're going to be interacting with it. So they're actually going to have props with them. So this is the first area. I need to fix that, which I'll do it whenever. Okay. So these are small, but can I see... Should be my last one. Can I see any of that area? A little bit here. Yeah, so maybe put this closer to over here instead so I can't see the other level. Okay. So button would be in here. A hidden button will be in the hallway right here. I don't want the text to pop up for them to interact. And then the secret doorway will be right here. And I don't know how I want to handle the secret doorway. Other than that, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it is. So this is the main area of the third area. Okay. So down here, we should have our pathing to our goofy little box guy, which I don't know we have built yet. No, we don't. That's okay. So we still need to finish the box guy. The third area isn't completely done. And then we should be able to walk up over here. Yep. Hey, my map's kind of working. And then I'm in the bottom right square of my map. Oh, he's huge. This is huge. All right, I don't have a connector here yet because I don't have... Wow, I'm slow. I'm definitely gonna probably have to give them a... Oh no, speed increase. This is the point. This is the point. I want the game to last a while. Yeah, these are huge. I can probably go with erasing some of these. All right, let's add that as a note. Hello? Oh. Okay. These are huge and still need little stuff added. Okay. So, this is my Gimkit map so far. You can see that I'm already at 12%. This is pretty crazy. But we have most of the map, majority of the map already planned out. So if we look at this guy, I'm gonna move my sticky notes really fast. Okay, so let's check this guy out, right? So we have our spawn area, check. We have our first area for the most part ready. I think I messed up and didn't do this guy, but we'll do him later. I literally had a sticky note saying I forgot that spot. All of this is ready to go. And in our third area, we have 3 spots. And then I can't remember. I don't think we added this here. And then we need to finish our 4th. So we're already at 12% memory usage. I think that is pretty good. I'm not going to fill these too much. I'm really going to mess with sizing. But if we need to make these maps smaller, then so be it. But yeah, this is my plan for my Among Us themed Gimkit game. If you guys aren't sure about the Gimkit or what Gimkit is, check it out. It's pretty cool. It has a game development platform, in a creative mode. It's very similar to Fortnite Creative for those of you guys who've ever messed with it. I'm getting the wiggles. It also is a great review tool for anybody who is in school and any educators out there. There is a lot of game modes out there. I would highly recommend checking them out. I make so many reviews and we play this on a weekly basis. I always try to change it up. Anytime that we have downtime that I'm not really sure what to do or anything like that, I have something ready. Obviously, there's always terminology that students can practice. It's always good for them to remember and to understand anything. You can assign it as homework. There is certain game modes that you can play. The Don't Look Down is very popular, and the Fishtopia is pretty popular as well. But by far, I have to say that many of my students enjoy the Capture the Flag. They enjoy the Don't Look Down. They really enjoy, they actually really enjoy the Trust No One. We just played it today. And it's just simple. You can do a team mode. You can do just answering questions. There's boss battle, one versus the rest. This is interesting. It didn't really go that well, you know. So just know your students. Each mode is a little bit different. But if you want me to go into details about each game mode and the type of dynamic that each student you should have in a class with your students, let me know. And yeah, until next time, see you guys. I gotta figure out how to end this.